Welcome to our channel, where we uncover the complex stories behind major headlines. Before we dive in, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Today, we're exploring a profound and challenging topic: violent killers reacting to death sentences. We'll look at notorious cases like Timothy Mosley, Michael Brady, Nico Jenkins, and others, delving into their final moments in court. Imagine facing the ultimate penalty under the law. Today, we're going behind the headlines to see how some of the most famous criminals reacted in their final court moments. This is not just about their reactions. It's a journey into the complexities of justice and human behavior. So let's start. Segment 1. The gravity of the death sentence. The death sentence, one of the most severe punishments in the legal system, is surrounded by controversy and debate. It's a decision that signifies the end of a lengthy judicial process, often following crimes of extreme nature. The gravity of this sentence lies not only in its finality, but also in the moral and ethical questions it raises. When a death sentence is pronounced in court, it's not just a legal pronouncement, it's a moment that captures the culmination of many life stories, those of the victims, the convicted, and their families. This moment, often publicized and discussed, can evoke a wide range of emotions from the public and stir a complex dialogue about justice, retribution, and rehabilitation in society. Now, let's move to our first case study, Timothy Mosley. His story, like each that follows, provides a unique perspective on the complex interplay of crime, punishment, and human reaction under the most severe circumstances. Segment 2. Timothy Mosley. Timothy Mosley's case is a stark reminder of the harsh realities of violent crime and its consequences. Convicted for a brutal and senseless act, Mosley's journey through the legal system was followed closely by both the media and the public. Mosley's crime, marked by its severity and impact on the victims and their families, left a community in shock and grief. During the trial, the prosecution presented a compelling case, detailing the nature of his actions and their devastating effects. The defense, on the other hand, aimed to provide context, perhaps seeking leniency based on various factors surrounding Mosley's life and circumstances. As the trial progressed, it became evident that the jury had a weighty decision on their hands. The evidence was scrutinized, testimonies were weighed, and the moral complexities of the death penalty were at the forefront of discussions. It was a trial that not only questioned the fate of Timothy Mosley, but also challenged the community's and society's perspectives on justice and retribution. Then came the moment of the sentence. The courtroom, filled with tension and heavy emotions, awaited the judge's words. When Mosley received the death sentence, his reaction was a complex tapestry of human emotions. Captured on camera, his response was a mix of disbelief, resignation, and the dawning realization of the finality of the court's decision. It was a moment that encapsulated the gravity of the crime and its irreversible consequences. As we move on to our next case study, remember that each story is unique, and each reaction in court is a deeply personal moment, intertwined with the intricate and often painful threads of human experience. Segment 3. Michael Brady. Moving to our next case study, we examine the story of Michael Brady, another individual whose actions led him to face the death penalty. Brady's case is a chilling example of extreme criminal behavior, resulting in a tragic loss of life and a community left reeling from the impact. Michael Brady was tried for crimes that were both shocking and senseless. Throughout his trial, the enormity of his actions was laid bare, painting a picture of a man whose choices had devastating consequences. The prosecution's presentation was thorough and compelling, leaving the courtroom often in stunned silence. The defense, tasked with an almost insurmountable challenge, sought to humanize Brady, presenting factors that may have influenced his path to such egregious actions. As the trial neared its conclusion, the tension within the courtroom was palpable. When the judge finally announced the death sentence, Brady's reaction was captured for all to see. His response to the sentence was complex, displaying a mixture of emotions that ranged from shock to a seeming detachment from the gravity of the situation. This moment, fraught with intense emotional and psychological undercurrents, offers a window into Brady's state of mind. Brady's reaction, much like Mosley's, underscores the varied and often unpredictable ways individuals respond to the reality of a death sentence. It challenges us to consider the myriad factors that shape a person's behavior and response in such extreme circumstances. Segment 4. Other notable cases. Moving on to the next segment, we turn our attention to other notable cases that have captured public attention, specifically focusing on Nico Jenkins and Markeith Lloyd. Each of these individuals has their own unique, albeit disturbing, story that brings different aspects of the human psyche and the justice system into focus. Sub-segment: Nico Jenkins. Nico Jenkins' case is a haunting reminder of the intersections between mental health and criminal behavior. Convicted of heinous crimes, Jenkins' actions raise serious questions about the role of mental illness in his behavior. Throughout his trial, the disturbing nature of his crimes was juxtaposed with discussions about his mental health history, creating a complex and contentious narrative. When Jenkins faced his sentencing, his reaction was unsettling. It was a display marked by a disturbing calmness and, at times, erratic behavior, reflecting the deep-seated psychological issues he struggled with. This moment in court was not just about the pronouncement of a sentence. It was a window into the troubled mind of a man whose life had been a confluence of violence, mental illness, and systemic failures. Sub-segment: Markeith Lloyd. The next we have Markeith Lloyd. Markeith Lloyd's case, on the other hand, presents a different perspective. Known for his violent crimes, Lloyd's journey through the legal system was marked by a series of confrontations and contentious moments. His reaction to receiving the death sentence was a complex mix of defiance and anger, displaying a persona that seemed hardened by a life of crime and conflict. The moment Lloyd received his sentence was charged with emotion. His response, a mix of verbal outbursts and a steely demeanor, was indicative of a man seemingly resigned to his fate yet defiant to the end. It was a reaction that sparked discussions about the nature of remorse, the impact of a life immersed in crime, and the role of personal responsibility. As we conclude today's exploration of these complex cases, it's important to reflect on what we've witnessed. The reactions of these individuals to their death sentences are more than just moments of shock or defiance. They are profound expressions of human emotion in the face of the ultimate judgment. These stories challenge us to think deeply about justice, mercy, and the many facets of the human experience. Thank you for joining us. We hope this video has provided you with a deeper understanding of these complex issues. Don't forget to like, share, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Stay informed, stay thoughtful, and we'll see you in our next video.